Hey Yorba Linda, have you been thinking of trying to get in shape, but you really just don't know where to start? Or maybe you're overwhelmed by trying to figure out what you need to be eating, how you should be exercising, and maybe you have an injury that you want to make sure that you don't re-aggravate? Well, then today's episode's for you. So in today's Yorba Linda Small Business Spotlight, I'm sitting down with Edgar, and he is the owner of Funktional Fitness. So we're going to go over a little bit about himself, his background, and how he decided to open up this gym, and then we're going to talk about what makes his gym so unique compared to all the other gyms in the area. And if you're thinking of trying to get into physical fitness and you need meal prep service, or maybe you have an injury that you need physical therapy for, but you still want to have this all in one gym, then this is the place for you. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, everybody, so welcome back to the show today. So today I am here with Edgar from Funktional Fitness. So Edgar, thank you so much for inviting me to this beautiful gym of yours. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that I always want to know when we do these interviews is tell us a little bit more about yourself before we get into the business. So kind of what you're all about, anything you want to share to the Yorba Linda community so they can get to know you a little bit better.
Okay, so I actually was born in Central America.
Okay.
Right. I migrated over here. My parents have lived all over Southern California, and in high school, I graduated. I went into the Marines. So out of the Marines, I kind of figured, I thought school wasn't for me, but really that got me into fitness, and that's really where my journey to, grow this business came from if you go back.
Okay.
Right? So in the Marines, I learned a lot, discipline, how to train, and a lot of different things.
Okay.
And from there, I got out, went to college, Cal State Fullerton, got my kines degree, and then the rest is history, if you will. I mean, there's a lot of trial and errors, there's a lot of learning. Obviously, there's more than just like, I got the business going. No, but it has been a passion of mine that I realized once I got out of the Marines that I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed helping others, helping people reach their goals, because myself, I was a skinny kid.
Okay.
And, I got bullied a lot in high school. I got in a lot of fights in elementary school and stuff.
Yep.
So it was a way for me to escape in a way and change, and it really resonated with me. And I wanted to provide that to other individuals.
Okay.
So then I got into the idea of training, and then from there I just grew further into kinesiology, if you will.
So take it back a little bit. So you got out of the Marines. What year did that happen around?
2007. So I got out in 2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so right after that, what were you doing kind of between then and now? So you went to school, you said you went Cal State Fullerton. Did you go right into that right after the Marines? Or did you
Pretty much. It was funny because I got out in 2007, like around November.
Okay.
By the end of November, I had a job at LA Fitness as like a sales for training, and then I had a job as a restaurant like hostess at an Italian mom and pops in Corona where my parents were living.
Okay.
So from there, I got more into training. I realized I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot to know.
Yep.
And I'll say this, but back then my knowledge was so small that you could get a cert over the weekend.
Yep.
If you talk to trainers, you literally can get a cert over a 3-day period, and you're a certified trainer, and you could all of a sudden be training people.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want just that. I wanted more, and I wanted to help people in a better fashion. So from working at LA Fitness, I kind of got into a lot of internships. I did Pepperdine, I worked at Google. I did a sports academy that was around here.
Okay.
So I started getting more familiar with different facets of this business or of fitness. So from there, I kind of just grew. In the meantime, I was working at Orange Theory, and then from there, I kind of wanted to do something on my own. So I started training at the park over here in the Brea complex.
Okay. Yep.
And from there, I moved into the condo that we lived in now, and I turned that condo into a gym in the garage. And I started with very minimal yellow battle ropes with black on them.
Yep.
A couple pounds of dumbbells. And then I brought that into the garage. I had nothing. And then from there, slowly started building it. Once I hit like a peak there, HOA was giving me a lot of, like, they're hassling me because you can't have a business in here.
Yeah.
And people were complaining. It wasn't neighbors, they were saying the neighbors, but I
Yeah.
think HOA was just watching me.
Yep.
And I was like, it's time for me to move on to something better. So I had my first brick and mortar actually down the street, K&N.
Okay.
Right in the K&N Center.
Yep.
That was my first brick and mortar in 2019. I opened that in January. So from there, I changed the name from what was called Easy Fitness Life, which was my previous company, if you will.
Yeah.
But I needed something more professional. So out comes Functional Fitness. My wife and I, we, sat down, created it, designed everything. Why the K? Why do I have it?
Yeah.
The K stands for kinesiology, but I obviously it's spelled with a C.
Yep.
But it was taken.
Yep.
So I was like, how could I make this better? So I decided, let's go with the K and have the K symbolize, one, I have my kinesiology degree. And then two, since it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the center, I figure make something symbolize mobility, strength, power, endurance, things that most people need within the regimen of fitness, right? And it's indifferent. The center being like the primary, which is interchangeable based on your goal.
Yeah.
So it could be nutrition for that time. It could be strength, it could be power, whatever your focus is, that's your center. And then from there, the other facets are just included in it. So that's kind of like how the company came to be.
Got it. So there's a lot of thought behind the company. Basically.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, one day. No, like I thought about it, and I wanted something to be more meaningful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you opened up your first place. Said it was 2019. You opened up the first place.
Yeah.
Okay. So from then to right now, what are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned from starting that first brick and mortar all the way to where you are right now?
Over the time I first started, it was just me, but I grew that. But then past that, I needed help. Right?
Yeah.
It being from other coaches, partnering with other companies around meal preps or massages, things like that. PT.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, these guys are PT, SoCal Elite. They're out here and they rent space. So partnering with different companies is a big value in growing a business. As you yourself, you're noticing like you partner with different businesses and you network. It's huge because it's a win-win for everyone. Also, marketing strategies. What are the best? Obviously, the best are in person, like clients getting results and other friends of them seeing the results. How are you doing it? How did you get? Oh my God! I go to Functional Fitness. Like that's the best marketing we could do. Paid advertising. It's a hit or miss, really. It depends how you market and how you go about that.
It's ever changing, so it's definitely hard to keep up with, just from someone that does it all the time as well.
Yeah, the funneling and all that. New kind of algorithms and stuff that you have to look out for. Yeah, so the best is like word of mouth. And by doing your job and getting the results for the people that want the results for that specific goal that they came for.
So speaking of, let's go ahead and talk about everything inside this building. So you kind of hinted it a little bit, but if someone came in for the first time, never been here before, what is Functional Fitness? So why would they come in and come here work out with you?
Okay, so we're a small business that caters to small group, personal training, semi-private. And then if you're looking for more sports or bodybuilding training, we got you covered. Anything within pretty much fitness. Everyone has different goals, right?
Yeah.
What I've noticed over the years of training and helping individuals is that most people's goals are pretty, if you will, generic in the sense of like, I want to get toned, I want to be healthier. Now that's subjective because to me, it might mean different than someone else. So I have to get more specification. But we provide all that. It's really your journey. We're just helping you, guide you in that journey because you're going to go in different directions, right? You might have someone coming in like, I want to get jacked and just big and like muscles everywhere. And then you have a mom coming in, I just want to be able to pick up my kid without blowing out my back, right? So it really depends on what your goal is in fitness. That's what we're here to help you do.
Okay, so they come in the first time and you kind of start to customize the routines and the workouts based on what their goals are.
Perfect, yeah. So they tell me, I kind of go in a console and I say, what are you looking for? What do you want to do? And then I give them different options. If they're like, oh, I just want to get in better health and feel better, okay, great. Maybe try the classes. If you want a little bit more specification, if you need a little bit more help and guidance, maybe personal training is a route. Or if they're like, I'm injured, and I'm like, have you ever had PT? I have some people to put them out to,
Okay, so a few things on that. So with the classes, what type of classes do you offer? If someone came in here, what kind of classes can they expect to find?
I really like the structure of my class. Obviously, I'm subjected to that, but the reason I created the classes that I did is because I've worked in different group settings, it being from 15 people all the way to like 39 people in a class with one coach. Now, don't get me wrong, great energy, great coaching, but you still lose that ability to be able to keep your eyes on all those people. So guess what happens? People lose their form. They get injured, they're compensating their form, not obviously purposely, but you could only have so many eyes on people. And when I was coaching Orange Theory, I realized that you have people on the rowers, you have people on the treadmills, you have people on the weight room, and then I have to circle through it, and it's a lot of people to manage. And I'm fixing someone over here, and they tell you have to go in order of like who needs the most help. So I decided, you know what, I don't think that's a great approach for people that are looking to not get injured, and this is a journey that's gonna last them 20, 30, 40 years. So what's a better way for me to do that? Maybe create small group training. So limit my classes to 8 people. That was one.
Got it.
2 is, for the classes, most group facilities, you have F45, Orange Theory, Row House, things like that. They cater to like circuit style, high endurance, high impact type of stuff. Great workout, great results. However, we're looking at long term, 4-6 months, CrossFit. What do you normally associate with CrossFit?
A lot of injuries.
Right? Why? CrossFit in the concept is great, however, in the application is not. So there's a lot of missed opportunities to correct form and to progress them in those settings. So with functional fitness, I created a way to be able to do that. So we have a way to track your progression in the weight category. We have a way to regress and progress you and be able to keep an eye on all 8 people if it's a full class versus a bigger group class. Now, obviously, you pay for what you get, right? So we're on the higher end for pricing, for membership and stuff, but there's a reason. We limit the amount. We're more catering, we're more personalized than most other big group facilities.
And then just to kind of go over, I know you said you kind of basically go and partner with a couple different people in here. So if people come in, you have the weight training, all that type of thing, and it looks like you say you have PT. What other kind of services do you offer inside here when people walk in?
So meal preps. We have a way that we could get them to have meal preps delivered to their door, right? And we have subscription based. We just started that recently.
And is that breakfast through dinner? Or
all meals.
Everything?
So you get bundles of 10, 15, 20, or however you want to set it up. And then they get delivered to you every week if you want it that way. Then we have massage. So I have a guy that I send people out. He's actually local here in Yorba Linda by In-N-Out. He's a great massage therapist. He's licensed and everything. So if people need massaging, then we have that. Now, as far as like stretching, we offer stretch classes within our studio, but people like for others to stretch them, but you obviously have to pay. So we actually just partnered this last Saturday, I don't know if you saw, with Stretch Lab. So they came out, and actually the people that came in, they really liked it, and some of them got some sessions from that. They bought some sessions for themselves. So we try to partner with whoever, Power Club. So it's, I don't know if you're familiar with them. So we partner with them. Actually, Jose, the owner of Power Club, he comes in here and he, works out. So we have different partnerships, and we always are looking for, different ways to include people, even if it's not within fitness. We had a person that makes hats. I love hats, obviously. So we had her coming in, and she did her setup and stuff, and some people took advantage of that. So,
so partnering with the local community on there, and it sounds like you have everything in terms of the fitness style thing. So you have all the meals that you need, you have the workouts here, you have the after workouts, you have the massage, recovery, PT. So anything that's fitness related, it seems like you have a connection for on that side of things. It can kind of take care of everything on there. Okay.
So we try to get you covered.
Got it. So the final question I like to ask to everyone here is, why Yorba Linda? So why did you choose to open this up inside of Yorba Linda?
To be honest, the first location before I moved into here in 21, it was technically it's in orange.
Yeah.
Right. It's still a 92886 zip code, so Yorba Linda.
Yeah.
So when I moved here, it's now Yorba Linda.
Yeah.
We live in Yorba Linda. My wife teaches in Yorba Linda.
Okay.
I've been in the area since 2008.
Okay.
That I've lived in Yorba Linda.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with the community. It's a great community, like you mentioned earlier while we were talking. Great place to raise kids.
Yeah.
The school district is great,
Yeah.
and my wife is helping with that.
Yep.
And then just a nice place. You walk around it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a nice place. Right?
It.
So
that seems to be the sentiment for most businesses here, is either or both, either live here or because the community is so vibrant, they come here and they travel here to open their business here because they just love to be able to have that community, the safe, the great schools, all that kind of stuff combined is a great place. So it's hard to find in Orange County when you have a lot of other cities that do great, but a lot busier and is not as laid back. Here you feel like you kind of know your neighbors a little bit better. You be able to network more with different businesses, so it feels like more of a tight-knit community.
Yeah, there's always a lot of people in and out throughout because you have your Winter Boulevard and all that, Imperial, but you get to know that it is a small city once you have been here for a while. Like you see people all over all the time. I'll probably be seeing you more often whenever there's like different events in Yorba Linda. So
Okay. Well, perfect. Well, everybody, if you haven't heard of Functional Fitness before, you need to come check them out. If you want to get a hold of them, Instagram, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
So Instagram, functional_fitness_, or you could DM us, or you could reach out at 760-468-8182. And then just let us know and try a class for free. And
so they can come on here. So if they want to try a class for free, is that something they can walk in and start right away, or should they talk to you first and register for one of those group classes?
They could walk in, but it might be a busy class, so they might not have space. So always reach out. I mean, you could always try to drop in. You could schedule. We have an app on the App Store, so you could download the app, and then from there, just put yourself in and free trial, and you're all set up, and we'll take care of you when you come in.
Make it easy to go.
So
well, Edgar, again, thank you so much for inviting me in here. And again, if you haven't been in here, come check it out. Talk to Edgar, talk to the team here, because they have everything you need, from fitness, from food, all the way through working out, all the way through PT afterwards. Good food. So come check them out and make sure you come support this local business. Thanks again, and until next week, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye, everybody.
Later, guys.